Are you ready for something special? Something amazing? Well, maybe you can find something right after this fairly decent news show.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dean of the Live Place. Welcome to the show. I see some people are joining. I don't see anyone in the chat yet, so somebody do a chat shout. I would really appreciate it. But I see we've got 6 people on. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Sorry, that kind of throws me for... there we go. Hey, AJ, good to see you, my friend. The Kingdom Times is in the house. Good to have you here, AJ. Mouse Talk. Hey, Walt, Melissa, good to see you. Ross, awesome. Haven't seen you in a little while. Thank you for joining. Stacy Rogers, awesome to have you here. I hope you are feeling better. I know you've been feeling under the weather. Sherry, awesome. Good to see Sherry in the house here. Sherry, awesome Sunsets Travels. And Noah, my man. Good to see Noah. Always great to have Noah in the house. Thank you, Noah, for joining. And don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want, share out. All right, guys, thank you for coming for the Live Place News Show number 3. Walt, and Melissa, I'm doing real well. I hope you guys are well. And definitely be talking about Mouse Talk a little bit later here. So good to have everyone here. All right, let's roll with it. So Live Place partners are, as you probably know, Josh and Jenna of Resort TV 1. Going to definitely be talking about some fun stuff with them. Road Trip Dave, my good friend, and Miguel and Daniela of A Disney Life for Me. So definitely want to call up my partners. And I have many partner channels with the Live Place. If you're a live streamer, if you go live through the Live Place, you are a partner channel, and I really appreciate that. So we definitely like to feature you here. So, all right, let's keep rolling here. Stacy Rogers says, thanks, Dean. I'm feeling under the weather, and to make matters worse, my father-in-law went back into the hospital last night. I'm really sorry, Stacy. Everybody, remember Stacy in your thoughts and prayers, and I will do that as well, Stacy. Sorry you're not feeling good, and sorry about your father-in-law. Sorry to hear that. All right, so you guys, it's always fun when we get some new streamers at the Live Place, and every month we seem to pick up some. This month we picked up 2, and they are Eye to Eye, and I forget the final tagline of them. Eye to Eye. Oh, rats. If anybody knows, could you remind me? But Eye to Eye goes live on Thursday nights, and they have a trivia night. And so it's been fun to see Kyle and Jessica, part of our team here, and also the Disney Nerd Herders. And the Disney Nerd Herders contacted me. They're planning on doing some live stuff. They haven't gone live yet with us, but definitely expect to see them soon. So fun to have them. I know it's Charlie, and I think I forgot his wife's name, but good to have them on the Live Place. All right, let me make sure oh yeah, Disney Through Eyes. Thank you, Walt. Yeah, Disney Through Eyes is Eye to Eye. Let's see, everyone's saying hello. Thanks for that, Noah, appreciate it. And let's keep moving forward. All right, you guys, now I'm gonna stop here and talk about something that isn't as live stream related, but it is kind of too. And that is something that a few of you know about, but not too many, and that is my other website. I own theliveplace.com. I also own lifepodcast.net. And so what is that? Well, that is all about podcasting. So you know that the Live Place has always been about being family friendly. Well, the Life Podcast Network had the same goal, to bring together a group of podcasts that are family friendly. And if you look here at this picture, you'll see that I've had some really awesome guests on there. That first picture you see is David Arundel. He is my partner, and he works on a few podcasts about history. And he had one that we had going on Paul Harvey, but we actually had that taken down through the Paul Harvey family lawyer. So anyway, David Arundel is my partner. You see Lori Cheek there. She's somebody I interviewed. She was on Shark Tank. That was a really interesting episode. Lou Mangello, most of you probably have heard of Lou. He's an awesome guy in the Disney community. does a ton of Disney stuff. Josh and Jenna, everyone here knows Josh and Jenna. Had a really fun interview with them. And then that last picture is me. So anyway, the Life Podcast Network is growing. And I am happy to say that Mouse Talk, who's on the chat here, they're going to be joining us. They're going to be allowing us to put their podcasts in our daily feed. So basically what we just want to do is provide a place where people come and find good family-friendly podcasts. And so good to have Mouse Talk on, and we've got one other one that we're talking to as well. More sunshine, please. Awesome. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Ross Merrill says, I would love to know more about Life Podcast. Well, Ross, I would love to tell you more about it individually. I'd love to talk more about it, and I would be glad to. So we definitely got some good podcasts. One of them is This Happy Place. And if any of you have heard that, I've interviewed a number of people in our community about This Happy Place. AJ says, didn't know about this. Very cool, Dean. Thank you, AJ. Yeah, I'll definitely be telling you more. Walt and Melissa say, yes, just say when, and I'll send you our latest to you, Dean. And that's the beauty, too, I needed to explain this, is if you are doing a podcast or you're aware of one, all I do is I just point to it on the site and make a regular feed, just kind of like the Life Podcast Network. So Walt and Melissa, by the way, do an awesome podcast. You guys, they know so much about Disney. It is so cool. And so you guys got to check out the Mouse Talk podcast. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So here we go. Sherry says, love the Happy Place podcast. Thank you, Sherry. Really appreciate that. I've had some really good guests. And speaking of that, Disney Dan. You all know Disney Dan. He is a very beloved person in our community, has had a lot of growth lately. I checked today, he's over 1,100 subscribers, growing fast. I think he's monetized, all that. Well, Dan is my next This Happy Place podcast episode. Had a great time. Dan and I recorded it this last weekend. I'm working on the edit now, and it's really fun. So I'm going to play you just a little teaser trailer of it, so I'll be quiet, and here we go.
I waited 13 years to become a Disney cast member. It was a real, like my YouTube channel was a really long road for me to get to become a cast member. And I applied in 2014 to get on the program in 2015. And I actually failed. I didn't get onto it. I was put on the waiting list.
All right, guys. I noticed that the sound pegged a little bit high on that, so if that was loud, I do apologize. I got to get this down a little bit better. So let's see. What did we say? Yes, Mouse Talk does do awesome podcasts, says Stacy Rogers. I haven't listened to this last one yet, but hopefully soon. Yeah, they really are. A lot of great information. If I'm not mistaken, Walt, Melissa, I believe you're up at around 100 episodes. So just a lot of stuff there. And thank you for posting that link, Noah. That is great. Thank you very much. Whoops. All right. Where can I find this Happy Place podcast? Great question, AJ. So there's a few ways you can do it. One is you can just go into iTunes and search for this Happy Place podcast. That's that's the way I like to do it. There's also, I have a Facebook page where you can get to it, and I do post them on my Twitter page. But I would go through iTunes, and if you have iTunes on your smartphone or on your computer, you can find it that way. Sherry, can't wait for that interview with Disney Dan. I know I've had a lot of people say that too, Sherry. So I'm really excited to get that out. Typically takes me a couple weeks to edit. Dean, is the podcast with Dan already out there? It is not. It's probably going to be a week and a half out. I do a fair amount of work on it, and plus, I'm pretty busy. So hopefully within a week to a week and a half. All right, thanks, AJ. All right. And then also coming up is I've lined up 2 more interviews, and Megan, who's right now in Tanzania, so she when she gets back, we'll be doing one. And Walt and Melissa. So they're in the chat here. Really excited to interview Walt and Melissa and kind of tap into their Disney knowledge because it's very extensive. And so looking forward to that interview, Walt and Melissa. Stacy Rogers, so if you don't use iTunes, you can find it on Facebook. That's true, Stacy, and there's actually one other way too, which is you can go to where I host the podcast. It's called Libsyn, LIBSYN.com. And I think if you just went there and searched for this happy place, I think you'd find it. But I can also send you a link. So hopefully we can get in touch, maybe through Twitter or something if you want to know. Mouse Talk, we are excited for the interview as well. Yeah, thanks, Walt, Melissa. I am too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, you guys all know this, I'm sure, but what last couple of weeks for our kingpin leaders, I like to refer to Josh and Jenna. They have now hit 10 million views on their channel, which is truly amazing. How many people get to 1 million views? And 45,000 subscribers. So they are just hitting it out of the park. Love everything they do. And so definitely make sure you congratulate Josh and Jenna on these 2 milestones. And I always look at it this way. What Josh and Jenna accomplish really helps us all because they really bring a lot of attention to our community. So way to go, Josh and Jenna. Congratulations. AJ says they just keep growing. It's insane. Good for them. Yeah, every once in a while, people just they hit a good vein, and they have. And so I would not be surprised this year if we're going to see them, probably getting closer to 100,000 followers as opposed to the 45 they're at now. I mean, I don't know if that's real aggressive, but I think they're in that kind of growth right now. Thanks, Noah, once again, being on top of that. Oh, yeah, Stacy, 50K will be here very soon. I agree. All right. Corey Meets World. We all love Corey. Awesome guy. Good friend. Close to Josh and Jenna. And he is going live this Wednesday morning. So if you're one of those morning people and you like to catch a morning live stream, he will be at Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So I feel fortunate because I work from home those days on Wednesdays, and so I plan on being a part of that. So that'll be a lot of fun. Megan of Mickey's Magic. As I mentioned, she's over in Africa right now, but she had 2 big milestones in the last month. One is she's up to 2,300 subscribers, which is crazy because Megan was just at 1,000 back in early December. So, wow. I mean, huge growth for Megan. And she has a video that within a month got over 100,000 views. So, absolutely fantastic. Megan, congratulations. We're so happy we get to know you and that you're a part of this community. And so congratulations on a very successful video and a lot of growth in your subscribers. So Sherry, you like Epcot Flower and Garden? I've never been, so that's something I'd definitely like to see. And I've heard people say they like it the most of all the festivals. So that's pretty interesting, and I'd like to get out there. Moving right along. Okay, guys, y'all probably know Morty Mouse. Morty had a very interesting week. So if you didn't know this, he's put out a ton of videos. He said the count recently. It was a lot, like hundreds, if not. I don't think it was over 1,000, but I believe it was many hundreds. He put one out in the last week or so, and within 2 days it got over 1 million views. And I'm going to struggle to remember even the name of the thing, the Momo Challenge. Now, so the Momo in itself is not something that I think a lot of us would probably be too wild about in this family-friendly community. But what Morty did was he went and he explained it, kind of explained some of the buzz around it, some of the concerns, answered the questions very well. It got over 1 million views in a couple days. So congratulations, Morty. I probably not even, I don't know if you'll catch this live stream, but definitely great job. And it's always exciting to see that. Okay, so let's see. Noah says, oh, wait, let me go back. Stacy says, Dean, did you see Meg's live stream? No, from Africa. I did not. Darn it. I didn't. Well, I've had to turn off notifies, and that's because I drive Uber and I can't have my phone getting interrupted. So I do that on the side, and I just turned off notifies. AJ says, food and wine is my favorite, but flower and garden is amazing. Okay, so, that's kind of what I always thought, AJ, was that food and wine was the big thing. But I have heard people say that they like flower and garden. That's their favorite. Noah says, I've been to Epcot's Flower and Garden almost 5 years. Oh, nice, Noah. Okay, so you just get an opportunity to go at that time. That's awesome. More Sunshine, please, says, I think he said over 700 videos. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work. So what Morty was pointing out is when people say, oh, you just got lucky or something. Well, he created 700 videos, and he finally, he's had a few that have been high like that, I noticed. So, but yeah, it's amazing. Stacy Rogers, okay, she's talking to Sherry. Thanks, Noah, for doing that. She was only on for like 10 minutes, but it was still awesome. Okay, Stacy, thank you for the update. Hey, Beach Home Co., awesome. Good to have our big family Beach Home Co. here. Thanks, guys. Mouse Talk, we prefer flower and garden. Okay, very beautiful and much more laid back. Yeah, you know what? For me too, Walt, Melissa, that would be probably where I would prefer it, because I'm not a big snacker. I'd rather have a big meal or a good meal than snack my way through the day. So that's why flower and garden really appeals to me. So yeah, I'm going kind of fast. How y'all doing tonight? Hopefully well. We got our thoughts and prayers for Stacy, though, as she is not been feeling well, and concerns for her father-in-law as well. So, all right, next. Walt and Melissa have Mouse Talk, and when they start with the live place, they start with, and they have their Mouse Talk on Thursday nights, and then eventually Walt started doing something on Tuesday nights called Mouse Madness, and he's doing something right now, or maybe it's both of you, I'm not sure, but it's really cool. I love this. Today I finally got caught up with it on Twitter, and it is this Mouse Madness bracket challenge where they're comparing all these rides in a bracket challenge in Disney World, and you choose your favorite between two of them. So you always get two choices, you pick your favorite, and then Walt puts it all together in this bracket so that in the end we're going to all know what is the best, our most favorite ride at Disney World. And it's been a lot of fun. It's fun to see their Twitter comments, because people feel very, obviously very passionate about different rides. So yeah, and of course, and I saw some of those. I'm like, well, man, I already got my hopes on a favorite, but I doubt that's going to happen. Let's see. AJ says Flower and Garden is both boosts like food and wine, so it's very similar. But as Walt Melissa said, it's much more like. Oh, okay, cool. I did not know that. Stacy says Meg's stream was 9 a.m. Okay, Eastern time. Only because then I had to cancel a doctor appointment. Okay. All right. So, darn it. I wish I would have seen that. Well, I'll go watch it on the replay. Disney Life for me, everybody I'm sure knows. Daniela and Miguel every week put on their Disney trivia, and then at the end of the month, they do Disney Jeopardy, and look who is in the house. It is Epcot Bob, my brother. Did not get the notify. Okay, yeah, it's been kind of quiet here, but makes it a little easier for me to do all this news. So welcome, Epcot Bob. We were talking tonight about Disney and various things, so welcome to the house. Miguel and Daniela just had a Jeopardy night, and this was a lot of fun because, why? Well, if you didn't know, it pitted Walt and Melissa against each other during Jeopardy night along with Dee Hazel. So it was a lot of fun. Now, Walt and Melissa, Neither of them did win. D. Hazel won. So great job, D. If you get this, I think it was a close match all around. Obviously, Walt and Melissa know their stuff, so if I remember right, it was a pretty close match. Let's see. I don't want to miss comments. Mouse Talk. We love the tournament. We have tons of people participating. It's a lot of fun. It's a great idea, Walt and Melissa. I really like that idea. So that was a lot of fun. Everyone's saying hi to Bob. Hey, Rob Fuzz. Awesome. Hey, Rob, I didn't even get to yours yet. So how perfect is that? We have Rob Fuzz in the house. He is a rock star. I'm his agent. I like booking this guy, obviously, because he is a rock star in our community. So welcome in, Rob. And Timothy Tobalski, good to have you here. Wow, didn't know what to expect from this chat, but I definitely wasn't expecting to recognize so many people. Yeah, here you go, Timothy. I've got some of the best people in the world here, so welcome. Thank you for being here. Rob says, woohoo, I always have this sense. Nice. And I am his super agent, so matter of fact, who's next here? Oh, here we go. Hey, I haven't seen Leanne or T-Town Mary Ellen in the house here, but they are kind of linking up. They're our Oklahoma gals. They are doing live streams. I think they're roughly planning to do one a month if they can. And their next one is at this like botanical gardens in Tulsa, I believe it is. And they told me about it. I looked at the pictures. You can see that little one there. It's amazing. So it should be a lot of fun. So definitely check out. I believe the live stream will be posted on T-Town Mary Ellen's, but Leanne Sooner Girl will be with her. And they have a lot of fun together. So I know you'll enjoy it. All right. Everyone's saying hello. Timothy, thanks. Been debating on starting a channel, so I'm doing my research. Well, that's always good. I always am impressed when people do a little research first. I'm kind of a dive right in guy, Timothy, but I think it makes a lot of sense. And we have got some helpful videos right here that explain some of the ins and outs of live streaming, so definitely check them out. Bob says, this garden looks awesome. It really is, Bob. It looks like the kind of place that you and I would enjoy. So check them out. AJ, I hope you're still in the house here. AJ is the Kingdom Times, awesome partner, great kid. He's has a great following, and when he goes live, lots of people join. And he decided to start going live once a month. And good news for you all is that he didn't actually go live he usually goes on the first Saturday of the month, but now he is going to go next week. So this coming Saturday, AJ will be live at his normal time. I believe it's 12:30. If you don't know, obviously check out theliveplace.com. And Rob, what? How did that happen, Rob? This is crazy. I do not know. I guess I had you as a mod at Dreamers Empire. As I've told people, I am really bad about keeping up with stuff. So that should be corrected now, Rob. And honestly, anybody who wants to be a moderator, you know you're welcome to. There he is. Perfect. Okay. Great crew here. Road Trip Dave. Awesome. So Road Trip Dave is not on, but I'll tell you what, Road Trip Dave, he's obviously someone who just plain knows how to make his viewers happy. He goes live. He brings a lot of happiness. And Dave, he's had these 5 videos in the last month. But Dave, last Saturday, I think it was, some of you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, was when he had like a media pass to get into Carowinds. And so he was live at Carowinds showing some of the stuff that they're opening this year, like this crazy new roller coaster and a whole new area of the park that they're opening up. And it was a lot of fun. And he was there, I believe, with Dawn, who I think is local to that area. So it was last week. Okay, thanks, Rob. And so definitely check out Road Trip Dave, one of my partners. And Bob says, I was just going to text you as to why Rob didn't have the wrench. That's an embarrassment, and I don't know why. So, absolutely, Stacy. You guys, all you need to do is ask. You're all my friends. I would be glad to make you a mod. All right. Yes, AJ says Dave is the man, and he definitely is. So, Dave, if you're watching on the replay, thank you, buddy. You are an encouragement to us all, and we love Road Trip Dave. Rob Fuzz, how nice that he just came in. I have to tell you a funny thing, Rob. I was talking to him the other night, and I said, what would you like me to put on the news show? And he says, well, I haven't done as many videos lately. I'm like looking here, and he's done like 10 in the last few weeks. So, yeah, I think that's a lot. But he is awesome. I love it. So, Rob, of all these videos, I have to tell you, the one that I really enjoyed was he did a couple in there you'll see of the Oscars. So he did one both before and after. And he had on Disney Dan and Adam of Adam's Land. And they were talking about their predictions and then the outcome. And man, these guys, I mean, they ran circles around my head how much they knew. I mean, like some of these categories, like I've never even heard of, and they're like familiar with all the entries or all the nominations in each category. So go check out Rob Fuzz's two Oscar videos, the recap and the one that they did before it. What did Rob say here? He says, I have a lot coming up next week. I can't call myself awesome. Well, I can. We all do. Adams watched most of the nominated movies. Oh, really? So he's a real movie guy. That's cool. Bob says, I agree with Rob Fuzz that Rob Fuzz is awesome. I agree too. He is awesome. He's got that DJ voice, and we love him. They were a lot of fun. Yes, they were. Rob Fuzz, if anyone can call themselves awesome, it's you, my friend. Totally agree, Stacy Rogers. All right. Well, Mouse Talk. You guys, forgive me. You should all be moderators here, and I apologize. I don't know how that happens. I think I just tend to wait for people to ask me, Mouse Talk, you are now moderators. And why that wasn't the case, I don't know. Noah, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, this is the night of making everybody a moderator. It's the way I like it. Okay, so I wanted to mention this. I wasn't sure if I should. And now Rob is letting me mention, I am starting a podcast and I want Dean in the live place to be my first one. Well, I am super honored. I told Rob, I said, I am not as interesting as all you guys. I just like to, interview people. But he is going to be obviously a great podcaster, and I've asked him to let me include that with the Life Podcast Network, which, Rob, by the way, I did talk about earlier. So I let everybody know. Let's see. Mouse Talk. Dean, no problem at all. Thank you, though. We'll be sure to do a good job. Man, you guys are awesome. Walt, Melissa. Yeah. Well, these things I just don't pay close enough attention is really what happens. And so I almost need somebody to slap me in the face and say, hey, why am I not a mod? Because you guys definitely are welcome to be moderators. Let's see. Maybe Bob in the interview too. Funny thing about that is, Rob, is years ago when Bob and I did Minicot, one of the reasons we got introduced to podcasts was this guy from the UK contacted us to be in his podcast about Minicot. And that was kind of how we got introduced to podcasts. And then we were like, hey, we should do one. And we did one on the future, and it was a lot of fun. Stacy Rogers, you get a wrench and you get a wrench and you get a, yeah, that's right. Everybody gets a wrench. Thanks, Bob. And thanks, Dean, to be mod number 2. Absolutely. Yeah, you bet. No. Hey, Scott Schur, my good friend. Hi, everyone. Had an awesome week. Did a speech about my speech device. Oh, that is really cool, Scott. You guys all know Scott Schur, just a great supporter in our community. Glad to have you here, Scott. Thank you for joining us. I want to talk about Minicot. Maybe, Rob, I should have Bob on as a guest. I always have this saying, okay, if I can dream it, Bob can build it. And that was that was kind of the beginnings of Minicot, was when we were just sitting at his house one day and we were talking about Soren and how much we loved it. And before you know it, this crazy idea came out of us creating our own Soren. And then that turned into a whole day where we did a whole bunch of stuff. And hopefully you guys have seen the video. It's at my Dreamers Empire account. And but Bob was the mastermind. Bob and his son Eric. I have to give them 99% of the credit. I was sort of the helping hand. Bob is now on at, hey, are you on a different account? We both worked equally hard on Minicon. I would like to believe that, but Bob worked a lot harder. I mean, the things that they had to put together, just the screen was crazy. His wife helped him with that, which was a mammoth thing, and creating these, just everything we had to create. But Bob did a lot, you know, and I was glad to help him out, and it was a lot of fun. Kingdom Times AJ says, I saw that video. It was amazing. Thank you. So anyway, back to Rob Fuzz, putting out lots of videos, goes live. Definitely check him out. Y'all love Rob. We love Rob. Look forward to his new podcast. He says, thanks for the shout, Dean. You are awesome. I got to run to spend some time with my wife. Absolutely. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for stopping by. And let's move on. All right, Sherry, finally. Sherry, was Sherry on earlier? I think she was. Sherry's Awesome Sunset Travels. She is an awesome friend. She is obviously a travel agent. You all know that. And she recently went on a couple of cruises. How's that for nice? Not just one, but two. And one of them was the one you're seeing there, which is the Oasis of the Seas, I believe. And that thing is so gigantic. You know, it's got the park in the middle and all that. And she went live a number of times from there. And she got well, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. So she basically got done and compared these two cruises. And I know she said that she liked them about equally. So I know cruise ships, you know, big ones are cool, but then there's advantages to going on smaller ones. And so check out Sherry's Awesome Sunset Travel. She goes live. She goes live on Saturday mornings, I believe. Oh, there she is. Hey, Sherry, can you remind me real quick? Because it's hard for me to switch over. What is the day and time you typically go live with your travel show? Because I kind of forgot that momentarily. I want to say it's either Friday or Saturday morning. So, Patty L., welcome to the stream. Hi, who are we talking about in your live chat? Are you mentioning Alex and Orange? Right now, Patty, who I talk about is the live streamers that we cover at theliveplace.com. And I would like to kind of branch out and talk about some other live streamers. But for now, just been covering the live streamers at the website I manage, which is theliveplace.com. So thank you for joining. Nice to have you here. Stringer Alex in Orange County. So yeah, I don't know them. So you know, tweet me out a message at the Live Place if you want to let me know more about them. Maybe I can include them in the future. Did somebody say goodbye? Oh, AJ, yeah, I have to head out. Thank you very much for the shout out, Dean. You're awesome. Have a great night. Thank you, AJ. If you're still here, have a great night, my friend. And we'll look forward to your stream on Saturday. Oh, you bet, Patty. Nice to have you here, by the way. I'm kind of winding up, by the way. So if you're interested in more, watch it on the replay. Finally, and the last but not least, is Dreamers Empire. And if you didn't know, I am the owner of Dreamers Empire channel. Even though I like to often point out that Epcot Bob was the one who has put out probably the majority of the great content on that channel, including Minicot, including his frequent trips down to Disney World where he goes live. And so Epcot Bob and I like to say both kind of own Dreamers Empire. And I recently did a live stream about Harrison Ford. I just picked somebody that I liked, and he's done a lot of great films, and we just talked about those films. So it was a lot of fun. Check out that video on Harrison Ford. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if Harrison Ford saw that video, and then he contacted me. And then he flew to my house and crashed into the park right behind me, which he's done that before, if you hadn't heard. That's a little teaser for the Harrison Ford video. He's had some plane crashes. All right, guys, I am wrapping up. How long did I go? About 35 minutes. So finally, if you have something you would like me to conclude, like Patty said, this is like some streamers that I'm not aware of. And we do family friendly here, so hopefully those are family friendly, Patty. But Patty, I did just a unique movie live stream where we just had a chance to talk about Harrison Ford's films, and so I don't do a lot of movie reviews, but we've got other people in this in the chat here, like Rob Fuzz. Have you done some movie reviews? Maybe Walt and Melissa. I think some people in our community do that as well. So Bob says, I usually go live on Deed's channel because he has way more awesome stuff. Well, I just got lucky that I started the Dreamers Empire account and got to post Minicot. And that was the whole reason Dreamers Empire ever had any success, was because of Minicot. Bob says, I saw Harrison Ford in person at Oshkosh a couple years ago. How was he, Bob? How was he as a speaker? I kind of already know. I know he's a lot of fun. Timothy says, I'm definitely going to have to check out your sites now. Thank you, Timothy. It's really nice to have some new people here. And so back to my note there is March. I'm looking for anything that you want me to cover. That's what I do. Is like I do this news show so that I can cover things happening in the live streaming community. So if you're interested, shoot me a message. Would love to cover it. And Sherry says, I go live Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. Sorry, just catching up. No problem, Sherry. Thanks for reminding me. And so, guys, check out Sherry. And Sherry is a great part of this community. And Isaac Nail, welcome. Were you here? I don't think I saw you earlier. Nice to have you here. Can't stay. Just want to say hi. I'll catch the replay. Great stream. See you all later. Take care. Thanks, Isaac. Always good to see our friend Isaac Nail. Goes live on Sunday mornings at his Oceans at his church in Florida. So definitely check out Isaac Nail. He was funny, but a little sloshed. I kind of remember that, Bob. So that was why I wanted to see what you'd say. So thank you for that, Walt, Melissa, Patty. Sounds like you do a family-friendly coverage. Yeah, definitely. We have really great people here who like to keep it family-friendly. Drama-free too, you know. All right, so guys, that is it. I am going to go to my last slide now, which is, this is my idea. Dean, I have to say earlier today, I was just thinking, I wonder when Dean is going to go live stream on Live Place. It's been a while. When did you become a minor? Well, Stacy, it got through. Thank you for thinking that. I'm happy to do this. I right now I'm doing it once a month. I would like to start doing it every or twice a month, but it does take a fair amount of work, and I've been pretty busy, so so thank you for that. But I do have some other things sort of I'm mulling around with Dreamers Empire and whatnot, and just want to keep building this live streaming community. You know, when you get to the end and you know you've talked too much or talked too fast, that's how I feel right now. But I did want to say, if you didn't hear earlier, we are up to 35 live streamers at the Live Place. So we're growing. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully some exciting things coming. And let's see what people said. Patty says, that's awesome. Thank you, Patty. Isaac, actually, I'll be live at Hollywood next Tuesday at 1:15. Oh, Isaac, I got to get that in there. Can you shoot me a note if you want to get that on the Live Place? People are looking more now at the site, so it really helps when I can get that listed. Richard Arjons is in the house. Awesome. Richard, good to see you, my friend. Richard, Bob and I got to spend some time with him when we were just down in Florida. It was so fun. We spent a day together at Epcot. Had a wonderful meal at the end of the day at Tepanito. And so good to see our friend Richard Arjons, the legend. All right, Arjons, everyone's saying hi, and I'm wrapping up. So here we go. Guys, thanks for joining me. I am saying goodnight now. I will reply to comments for a little bit. My idea was to have a little exit music. And here's a question. This exit music is from an attraction at Disney World. I won't say past or present. I'm not going to say, but hey, I want to see if when I put it on, who can tell me which attraction this exit music comes from. Okay, now don't guess until you hear it. Timmy DeBlasio. Okay, so he's talking to you, Mouse Talk. Dean, thanks for the stream and the shouts. Thank you, Walt, Melissa. Awesome as always. Good night, Dean. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Noah, my friend. All right, here we go. So it's gonna be on for about another minute or so. See if you can guess the attraction this music comes from.
Thanks for joining the Live Place News Show. Will you tell your friends? Not likely.